All right, aces. We're gonna go for the record. Give me a tall order. You're gonna have to go 30 miles an hour average the whole time. The record is 20 hours and 15 seconds. I'm sorry, 20 minutes and 15 seconds. Held by Kevin Schiller in 2016. Yeah, so somebody gets to go in the record. As don't be the first person across the line is the one who gets it, right? If you guys beat the record, then I'll buy a round of beers for all the aces that show up to roll over afterwards.
All right, folks, this is an early one. We're back at the track. This is the San Diego Velodrome, and this is the Aces field. This is basically the highest level of racing at San Diego. And what you just heard there was a description of a record that was set in a 10-mile scratch race. This was back in 2016. The current record is 20 minutes and 15 seconds. And so in order to beat that, we basically have to do 30 miles an hour for the entirety of the 10 miles. Now, that sounds easy. Maybe if you're on an indoor velodrome, that would be easy. We have a 13-man, I believe, or 14-man group. And we had talked about this. We knew the situation, and we were going to come into it just guns a-blazing. We get a lap and a half wind-up before the race starts as neutral laps, and so obviously we're slamming it all the way up to the boards, and we're just getting ready to send it, and we're going to basically be coming down track as hard as we can after we get a good wind-up all the way up top, and then use that little speed boost to get rolling nicely. Everybody was on board with the paceline idea, and then basically send it all out the last 2 laps to see who would be left and who actually had a shot at the record. The record only goes to the first guy across the line in the scratch race, so that's what we're battling for here. We kind of knew ahead of time that this would be a situation where people were going to get popped over the course of the pace line, and you're gonna see why very quickly. The power numbers in order to hold 30 miles an hour are gonna be really high, and there were a couple laps where we were a little bit inconsistent as well, and we were up around like 33, 34 miles an hour, and there were some laps where we were a little bit slower also. So I'm not really gonna talk about this a whole lot. There are a couple moments I'll chime in here and let you guys know what's going on, but I just really want you guys to pay attention to my power numbers and see what it takes to hold on in a record-setting pace line. One thing that I will say is the only riders that can contend for this record are the folks that are on the front and on the current lap. If you get lapped, you're out of contention, but if you're a team player, then obviously you're going to jump back in and you're going to do what you can to help rotate in the pace line. Now, the general idea here is that you don't want to do more harm than good, so after you get popped, like, you know, once or twice, or weird happenings happen or whatever, and you can't recover anymore, it's probably time to not jump back in the pace line. So a little bit about my setup here. I'll just talk you guys through my bike. I'm running a BMC Track Machine 01, the TR01. Pretty new to me frame set here. I've got the 37 3T Scottos. I have the Hellier bars from VeloFlyer on order. Super excited to grab those. They will definitely help in the endurance stuff like this. They've got a little deeper reach. I'm gonna do a full bike breakdown on the BMC pretty soon, so that one is coming. Stay tuned. I am on brand new wheels tonight for the first time. I've got the Walker Brothers 5-spoke up front and then the rear Walker Brothers disc. As you can see right there, that was my first pull, 475 watt pull, and I guess I can give you guys some context on what that is for me, since, you know, I could be 250 pounds. I am not. I'm currently weighing about 155, 156 pounds, right at, I think, like 72 kilos or something. My threshold's probably sitting somewhere around, I don't know, 4.3 or something like that. Probably 310, 315, I don't know. On the TT bike, I'm doing like 280, something like that in position for like 55 minutes. So my true threshold is probably a little bit higher than that on a road bike, or at least a track bike. But nonetheless, I will leave you guys to it. Check it out. This is a lot of fun, man. It's a pretty long one, but throw it on in the background and pay attention to the power numbers. Like I said, it's no joke. I think I did like 360 or something for 5, and I ended up hanging on for like 15 out of the 19 and some change minutes, but I don't want to spoil the whole thing, so I'll leave you guys to it. we've been at it for just about 5 minutes now, I think, and so you can see a couple riders are pulling up and Max is on the front. Now I'm doing like 580, 600 just to hang on. So I flick my elbow there thinking there's people behind me. I'm like, dude, I can't sustain this. So I flick and I come way up track and I realize the group is just massively split. And in order to get this record, I feel like all of us are gonna have to probably be working together, at least to some extent. So I'm like, good Lord, I'm not gonna be able to maintain this. So the group is chasing really hard to get back on here, and I sort of realize it's time to punch my own ticket, or at least go up track, be a lap down, jump back on, and then help work in the group again. So I do have more pulls in my legs. I know I have more pulls in me. It's just that I don't have more pulls in me if I try and chase back on and do 800 watts sustained. We're just going too fast to maintain that. We are on good pace here. I think we're sitting probably 50 to 100 meters ahead of pace. We do have Big Dave down at the line. You'll see him standing on the left right here. He's giving us the up, down, you're on pace. So he's walking the line for us, showing us what's going on there. And then some people are also yelling out splits for us. So if you're doing 20-something second laps, like 22s, they would just yell out 2 flat. If it's like a 22.5, be, you know, 2.5, whatever. So that's basically how lap splits work. You can see the train is coming back around here. I'm yelling up. I know it's time to get back on, and I've got to do like 600-700 watts to get that initial ramp and speed to slot back onto the back of this thing. And now I'm back in the group, sitting back behind Taylor here, and we're ready to rock again and hopefully help the group out and knock down some more pulls. You're good, you're good, you're good, go! Oh man, another gnarly pull. So you can see my heart rate's getting up there now. It's like 172. I was pulling like 600 watts. Now something to note here is I don't have my computer on board. so I can't actually see what I'm doing. Ever since I got the BMC, it doesn't have like an integrated stem mount or anything, so I've just been running it under my bib, and so I can't actually see my speed, so I don't know if I'm pulling too hard. I can't see my power either. But I come up track and make the decision to go down another lap, and then I basically have one more pull before I'm completely checked out and I can't hang anymore. And then I'm a sideline man, so we're about 11 and some change minutes into the effort. And as I said before, it's got to be a sub 20-minute effort. So I'm trying to cut the track. And one thing on this, these times where I'm like kind of waiting for the group to lap me, it's really important to be up track and have some speed when they're coming by. Otherwise, you just won't even get on the group. So I'm starting to ramp it up already. I see them coming around. I'm looking back. I'm up at 440 watts. And then I'm going to slot in when it's appropriate. So you can see a couple riders that were also taking a lap, and they drop down below and they jump back on. I see David's coming off, so I'm getting back in behind him, the SDBC rider in front of me, and now we're back on the group and we're ripping again. But the group is starting to dwindle, or at least the group is about to start to dwindle, and it's going to get really, really hard really fast. Jumping ahead here one last time, we're about 13 and a half minutes in, and this is where things get a little crazy. It actually ends up kind of causing chaos in the field a little bit here, so the pace line gets a little squirrely. I don't have a lot left in me, and I know that, so I'm just trying to get through to be able to take like a short pull. Right there. One guy is going up, and they were just kind of overlap wheels, so that means everybody has to go up track. Took 3 guys up track. I only had like a straightaway pull left in me, and also I was a little bit freaked out, so I was trying to like reestablish the rotation there. But as you can see below me, the field is kind of just like obliterated, blown apart. So that was a close call. Everybody stayed safe though, and this field is pretty experienced, so everybody kind of knew what to do. But now it's time to get some water, and then we'll jump to the sidelines, show you guys what's happening.
They've got 4.5 minutes to do it.
We came out under though, didn't we?
They should be able to
By a
do
lot.
Halfway you were.
We were flying, yeah. Dude, it was...
You weren't flying, you were close.
Yeah. Well, we had, what, 200 meters?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like almost a lap, bro.
All right, folks, so we're down to 10 laps to go. They've got about 4.5 minutes to do it, and we are up 200 meters currently. You can see the group is down to 4, so it's just basically at this point a 4-man team pursuit all the way to the end. I'm just offering some encouragement, telling them to keep it steady here, and we're getting down there. So the 4 riders left are Taylor, Mike Morrison, Max, David Garcia.
It's like, what?
I think Tyler Olmstead is still in there as well. So all pretty notable guys, all pretty much the fastest dudes in the field. So we're just encouraging them to finish, and they're looking at about a kilo to go. 2 laps to go. So when they get the bell right here, whoever wins this lap wins the record.
Taylor Warren right behind.
So Taylor almost got around Max there right at the end, but Max took it down 19 minutes and 33 seconds. So new record on the San Diego Velodrome. So congrats to Max for getting the 10-mile record. That was a wild paceline experience for me, and I did some serious power numbers that yeah, I was pretty stoked on, man. Seeing those pulls back, I was like, whoo, that was spicy. So anyway, yeah, check out some more videos, guys. Stick around, like this video if you enjoyed it, and yeah, if you guys have any interest in other track racing, check out the video on the screen right now. Later.